Hello, friends. Dr. Nels here, coming to you this week with some information on family meetings in a two-part series on family meetings and business meetings. Hello, friends. Dr. Nels here, coming to you this week with information on life, leadership, and business, helping build the values and principles to help you be the best version of you. And over the next 2 weeks, we're going to do a two-part series on meetings, necessary meetings. The first one this week, we'll dive into necessary family meetings. And the second one for next week, we'll dive into business or church or even team type meetings. So first off, as we think about family and communication and meetings and how we're trying to grow our family so it can be the best version of itself, and how we're trying to intentionally mold, shape, coach, counsel, teach, preach to our children to help them be the best versions of themselves, I would ask you, what kind of family meetings are you having? And are you having some informal meetings? Are you having some formal meetings? Because we would suggest that you have both. And for Karen and I, we have informal discussions with our kids every single day as the day unfolds, or as we start the day, as the day ends. And a lot of times it's not just an intentional subject matter, hey, we need to speak to our kids about this, X, Y, and Z, because a lot of times that's not where the best learning is, because you're coming at them, it's very direct. A lot of our discussions happen just when things pop up, as they bring up scenarios and situations, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, other scenarios. When they start speaking, then we start speaking into them on values, morals, things that they need to think about, asking them questions on what they think or what's their thought process on what do they think of that person's behavior. Those are informal meetings that happen intentionally, but off the cuff, feeding off of what our kids are talking about, so that they're more receptive to the communication versus just going right at them with, we need to talk about this. Because a lot of times for our kids, they're not going to be receptive when we go about it that way. And that's why the informal daily listening on our behalf to what they're saying will then stimulate you to have more life conversations with them on the spur of the moment that will be much more valuable for them. Now, that is in the informal setting. In the formal scenario, years ago, we started having an annual family meeting, and that happens on January 1st every year, where we sit down as a family and we have goal sheets, and each of us as individuals has individual goal sheets. Then we have one sheet that's a family goal sheet, and we all fill ours out individually. Then we take the family sheet and we all put input into, all right, what's our family goals for 2025? And it's a very formal thing. The kids know it. I mean, by now that they've known it for years, they know come January 1, that formal meeting is going to happen. We also have some other somewhat more formal discussions that are more off the cuff, where we do get very intentional and perhaps even direct in some conversations to help mold and shape our children. But also at times when myself or Karen, but probably mostly me, has to have a formal meeting with them to apologize for something that I did that I know they know, and I need to let them know that wasn't okay. That's not me, that's not the best version of me, and I want them to know that so they understand, A, I'm human, B, I'm not invincible, C, I'm not above God, and D, I'm very authentic and real. These are all scenarios that we would challenge you to be thinking about as parents and what you need to work on, and letting them know what you need to work on. Formal meetings that they can expect, that they know about, that are going to happen in the future. And if you've never done the formal side of it, I know all of you watching, you're go-getters, and you've had many discussions with people around you, kids, etc., or family members. The more formal side gets a little weird, right? It's like, ooh, what's going on? And so if you've never had one, start planting the seed that, hey, we're going to start having some formal family meetings, because that's what's best for the success of our family. And just so you're aware, we're going to do this. We're going to do this in a month. I'm giving you ideas. We're going to do this in a month on Saturday at 10 a.m. Everybody's there. We need everybody there. And here's the things that we want to discuss. And here's the, we don't ever put out an agenda, but they know what we're going to talk about. And if you've not done goals with your family as a family, make that your first agenda item. That's your first opportunity. We're going to set some family goals at that meeting. And then from there, let them know you're going to continue to do it on a cadence, on a routine cadence. And maybe it is just yearly, maybe it's quarterly, whatever it might be. And some of the reason this is coming up is my kids are rolling into their senior year. We've been very intentional about a lot of discussions. But even for the Lindbergh family, we're going to step up the cadence of our meetings over the next year as we lay out vision, as we ask them their vision as they're coming to the end of their high school career. We're going to really challenge them to think beyond even college. We're going to challenge them, obviously, to think about college, but we're going to challenge them to think about beyond that, because we're going to help them get really clear vision on what they envision their future to be. And for us, it's going to require stepped up cadence and some more intentionality in these meetings, so that they and we as a family can be the absolute best version of our family we can be. And we hope the absolute best for you and your family. We hope you like this content. Click subscribe here. We'll see you next week, friends, in episode 2 on business, team, church type meeting things. Thanks for joining us.